always raving about Rayman, especially since we played that Vita version of Rayman Legends. Oh man, that was so sweet. And now we're playing the PS4 version because yes, it just came out for PS4 and Xbox One. So if you haven't picked up the game yet and you have a next-gen console, this might be the time to do so.
One of the biggest changes is the fact that there is practically zero loading this time around. You jump into a level and it starts. Going into this game and just looking at it, it is a sight to behold. It is so beautiful.
It's so pretty, but yes, the loading thing, because that whole screen with Rayman running, they completely got rid of that.
True.
Because the loading is non-existent, which is amazing. But another small thing here, you know the little buddy that comes up and gives you a high five and you have to control him instead? He can be the fifth player if you want. That normally when playing on the Wii U gamepad was really simple because you just use a stylus on the screen and that was right in front of you and really easy to control. This time he pops into game, even if you're playing co-op, he doesn't replace the second player, he just comes onto the screen, so either yourself or the person you're playing with has to control him with the square button on the PS4 if you're playing on PS4. And so that was a little off-putting for me only because you're not the dedicated person that's in control of this dude. It's like you're kind of fighting over who's going to do it. You're getting distracted by that. Where you're playing co-op, it kind of gets frustrating.
And especially when you have to move certain platforms left or right, you're just hitting the button to move the platform. You don't really have as precise control as you would if you were using a touchscreen and the stylus, or on the Vita if you're just moving it with your finger. Things can get a little complicated.
I guess it was just a little disappointing to jump into this and realize that the Wii U version, for me, was better.
I think when Ubisoft released this game, it's definitely a kind of game that is more of a niche. It's not going to score the amount of sales as something like Call of Duty does or Grand Theft Auto 5 does, but I do still think that side-scrolling platforming games are important to the video game industry, and I think people still need to keep making these games because not only are they a good classic type of video game experience, it's something that's different. I mean, if everyone was making the same kind of game, it would be pretty boring. And I think as far as side-scrolling action games are concerned and platforming, Ubisoft really hit the nail on the head with this one. Rayman Legends is one of the best side-scrolling games I've ever played.
It's absolutely one of the best.
And it makes sense then that they would want this to be available on as many platforms as they possibly can.
For sure.
But I do agree, like, it would have been cool to have a lot more extras thrown into it.
Right, I mean, you can unlock different character models, but if you already own this game on a different platform, if you own it for the Wii U, just play it on the Wii U. If you own it on the Vita, play it on the Vita. I mean, it's nice to have it on a big screen if you want to play it at home, but I wouldn't suggest purchasing this game again if you already have it on your current gen system. If you don't own this game, please go out and buy it on whatever system you want to buy it for. If you have a Wii U, that's the version to get it on, I think, and if you want to take it portably, the Vita is right there for you.
What are you giving it?
It's a 9.5.
I'm going to give this one a 9.